Yo, what's up everybody? It's Peace-Eye. Welcome to another video. So, new format, new me. I decided to take a very nice fan favorite strategy, if I will say, Drytron. I stuck with the 60 card build because I did want to play not only the fairies but also the Nu2 package. You could go the pure fairies package and not play the Nu2, but I wanted to dilute some of the bricks because you can brick in Drytron. But I, very similar list to before, but I did want to try 2 EVA, and I'll show you guys the list. You can see the duels on the channel that I have already posted. So let's just get into the 60 card updated Drytron list. Double EVA, welcome back. All right. So, starting off with the names. So we have 3 Alpha, and then 3 Zeta. I actually got to open Alpha Zeta in tournament. It was insane. You just end on like 4 negates. It's crazy. I also opted to play 3 Delta since I'm playing so many names. And then 2 Gamma, as well as 2 Nu2. You do try to do your fairy plays first. And if that gets disrupted, you can always pivot to the Nu2 line. You try to set up your fairies before you make your Mu Beta Fafnir and dump the Nu2. Or if you hard draw it, which does happen, you can actually send this to graveyard off of a Drytron effect and then never activate it. Like in tournament, I had the opportunity to activate this, but I didn't because I wanted to do the fairy board. And I did the fairy board, but if that gets interrupted, like I said, you can always go the Nu2 line. That's what I really like about this. The restriction doesn't hurt you, it helps you. I opted to play 1 of the Ultimate Bright Knight Ursatron Alpha and then 1 Beta. So these are all the hard names in the deck. Plenty for you to get your Drytron action going. I love just making a Zeus with 4 materials and then actually playing in main phase 2. Because literally 2 activations, you get a Mu Beta Fafnir to dump, and then you get a Zeus. It's like absolutely crazy. Check out the duels. Next up, the rituals. Still 1 Natasha. This card's crazy. 3 Ben 10. 1 Herald of Perfection. Someone was like, oh, now that Eva's back, why don't you just play a Herald of Ultimate in this? You can negate summons. It's because the ritual spell for Herald of Perfection is insane. This card is so good because of that. You don't even need to negate summons. You just negate your opponent's whole hand. We did play the Drytron Meteonis Draconids and the Drytron Meteonis Da Draconids. Or as my fans know them, the little chicken and the big chicken. And then I did still play the Illusion of Chaos. Check out my videos from last format. They still apply in this format. This allows more of your hands to be playable. To go with the Illusion of Chaos, I did play the 1 Magician Souls. You normal summon this. You can't special it. And then for the fairies, shout out to Eva. My little alien is back at 2. I don't think I resolved 2 in a singular duel, because usually when you set up the Herald of Perfection with a bunch of negates, your opponent just scoops anyway. But I was able to resolve Eva a couple times to search. I had to up the search count in order to be able to resolve this more than once. But I don't think I resolved both in a single duel in tournament. But I saw it in my hand more often. Next up, I opted to increase the Herald of Orange Light as well. So 2 Herald of Orange Light and 1 Herald of Green Light. Still no Diviner. But what's really cool is this really helps you play around Dark Ruler. If you're setting up the Herald Negate board, like I mentioned in one of my combo videos. Yes, the combo video is insane, buddy. You can use Cross Sheep to actually discard this and search your Herald of Orange Light and Herald of Green Light during your own turn. Which means that even if you get Dark Rulered or Lava Golemed or anything, you'll still have a Spell Negate and a Monster Negate and Destroy, which is really good. Continuing on with the fairies, we have Choju and Vanity's Ruler are 2 other normal summons. This just gets you the Herald, and this used to get you the Chaos Black Magician to Azathoth your opponent, but we don't do that anymore. And then Vanity's Ruler is just a really cool way to say no to your opponent. I got to resolve this against, I believe it was fan favorite Jesse, I think. Yeah, he couldn't do anything. Next up, let's get into the spells. So 1 for 1, you summon Nu2 off this. You do not have to activate the effect of Nu2. You can just summon it, and it's cool. Foolish Burial for utility. You can send any name. 3 Cyber Emergency. And then I also opted to play 1 Jack in the Hand. This is just an extra name. Very good. 2 Nova. And then 2 Field Spell. And then also, twice in tournament, I used the Fafnir to actually search the Drytron Meteonis. And then you don't need to go through Zeta, which is awesome, which means you have other names that you can do, like Delta to draw a random card or Gamma to get you an extra body. Really nice searching the Meteonis Drytron off of the Fafnir. And then, of course, the Dawn of the Herald. So you have to use exactly the level. So you're tributing exactly a Ben 10 to summon your Perfection. Then you get to chain block your Ben 10 search, since it was tributed, by banishing Dawn and searching, or and adding that Ben 10 back. So not only does it replace itself, it also adds one from deck because you're triggering the Ben 10 that was tributed. That's why I opted to play it over Perfection. By having this other ritual spell in deck, it creates a scenario where you can have more extended lines. And by having the second ritual spell, even on the crackback, if you don't have the opportunity to go into Choju, your Zeta has something that it can search. You can hard search the individual pieces, but usually you're searching the pieces off of Choju. And you're usually normal summoning Choju over a Ben 10 so that you can chain block the Choju from Ash as well. Because your Choju will be chain link 1, and since Ben 10 was tributed on the last action, it'll be chain link 2 to search another Light Fairy. Yeah. Next up, I wanted to make sure that I had access to the names. This is also a normal summon since you play the Magician's Souls package. Because you can search Illusion of Chaos, put a card back, and then you have a normal summon. Yes. 1 Prosperity. This is Prosperity. I played 1 Thrust in the main. I side the other 2. 1 Talents. And then here's like the main defensive cards. Instant Fusion. You summon out your Negate, and it prevents your opponent from activating monster effects that send themselves to grave as cost. Like your Instant Fusion target can negate Droll and Lockbird, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, Effect Veiler, Ghost Ogre, Mourner, any Lancia. Not that you would ever care about Lancia, but you can negate it. 3 Crossout Designator to stop the main threats that this deck faces, and then the 1 Called by the Grave. So 5 awesome defensive cards, and then you also have talents. And then the Crossout targets. 1 Nibiru the Primal Being, 1 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 1 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 1 Droll and Lockbird, 1 Infinite Impermanence, and then finally Harpy's Featherstorm. This is technically a Crossout target, but guess what? You can set this off of Thrust, and it's an insane win condition because you make Kiki Nagashi Fucho from your extra deck, and then your opponent cannot use monster effects the entire turn. But that doesn't mean you can't. So this is literally an FTK going first. So you definitely side more copies in when you know you're going first. But for game 1s, it's fine to just have 1. It can come in clutch on the crackback too. Next up, shout out to the Nibiru token for the Nibiru. Shout out to the Millennium Eyes Restrict. This is the Instant Fusion target that I was talking about. And as you guys know, it is the negation by equipping from Graveyard. Next up, Xyz, double Mubeta Fafnir, 1 Kiki Nagashi Fucho, Downward Magician, and Zeus. Then for the links, we have Relinquish Anima, Forever Rest in Peace Link Karibo, Cross Sheep, Dynamondo, IP, and SP Little Knight. Shout out to Team Bad Cards. Shout out to Charlie for the upgrade of the Nightmare Phoenix. He just gave me this for free. Nightmare Unicorn and Access Code Talker. And then finally, whoa, jump scare. We got Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. Don't worry, buddy. We're almost done. Side deck, and then we're done. All right, side deck. So, there were actually no changes to the extra deck from last format, but I did change the side deck. So, last format, those fire decks were rampant, and I opted to play the bigger board breaker, the Raw Sphere mode, but I cut that for Lava Golem. Lava Golem is back. I kind of want to play a lower card count so I can see Lava Golem more, because this card just feels so good slapping it on your opponent's board. You're going to see less Promethean Princess out of the Snake Eyes players because the Snake Eyes engine lost a huge amount of consistency, because Original Sinful Spoil ban means that your Black Witches and your, what's it called? Wanted posters are no longer access to your Snake Eyes engine. So they, so many different decks, including the Altergeist deck that I just posted the other day, lose a huge boon in consistency. Infernoble got hit. Infernoid got hit. Like, everything that has a level 1 fire. Rescue Ace got hit. Like, everything that could have used that got hit hard. So, Lava Golem's back. One lands here because you can search it. Shout out to JoJo. JoJo was trying to look for some curry cards, and I was like, I don't have any for trade, but I use these in my deck every now and then. So I decided to put them back in. He was mentioning how the Ryziel end board just loses to this, and it gives you a level 1 body on board, and if you don't overlay for Mubeta Fafnir or Fucho with it, at the end phase you get to Monster Reborn, one of their guys. I'll pick you up in 1 second, buddy. You're okay. Hey, you want some milk? Babies are so amazing. I know, honey, I know. All right, Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 more Thrust, 3 Forbidden Droplet. Droplet's always been insane in Drytron. And then if you can't get your Mubeta Fafnir out, throw the Evenly at them. I think I'm going to bump this up to 3, and I'm going to cut the card count down. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that, but I wanted to try 2 Eva, and 2 Eva did not make sense unless I was playing an extremely hard card count. And then still the 2 Harpy's Featherstorm, literally because it's an FTK. If you can get 2 level 1 monsters on board, you set this. There's 0 counterplay for this card because Red Reboot is banned unless they activate Crossout Designator calling Harpy's Featherstorm. And if they somehow try to destroy this card, you get to search Harpy's Feather Duster from your deck, which is a really cool effect that people don't usually know about. But yeah, that was the 60 card pile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And you know what? Go ahead and subscribe for more. I'm going to be posting a little bit more Drytron content. I don't think I'm done with the deck, but I definitely want to try a couple other things with this format. I'll give you a hint. I'm going to do something spicy with Tidal, Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls. Recently put to 3. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Try Eva out yourself. It's decent, but I don't really think that you need to, honestly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more. Bye-bye.